morning. Do, 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 do. Good morning to you. Good morning. Welcome to a daily dose of one last sip of joy. Welcome. We are here to dose our brains on the fly all throughout the day. In just 5 minutes, over time, we create a baseline of more positive neurotransmitters in our brain. And that helps shift our brain to a joy bias, as opposed to the negativity bias that the fight or flight system engages, a bias that's looking for disaster and danger and delivers, to a joy bias that is looking for the universe to surprise and delight us. Thank you for being on this journey with me, and I love spending this time together in the mornings. And today we're gonna do a Whoopsie Daisy story, and I have got some doozies for yousies. I was really inspired by realizing what a gift these Whoopsie Daisy stories have been in my life, that they acted as a social lubricant when I started getting back out into the world after injury and illness and isolation, when I felt incredibly socially awkward and uncomfortable and bored, and that I didn't want to be around sort of the negative grind of things because it was challenging. And so I would carry on my one little Whoopsie Daisy story that I had, and I'd just retell it everywhere I went. It wasn't even mine. It was a friend of a friend's, but it created some levity. And when you tell a Whoopsie Daisy story, it's like popcorn goes off in the room, and somebody's like, oh, well, that reminds me of this time. And suddenly the group becomes authentic and is sharing. And so it's a really wonderful way to build some social skills and some skills for getting out in the world, or being engaged more fully in the world with more fun, or just being more yourself once you find some of your own stories to tell. So all the more reasons to give this fabulous microdosing tool a try. This morning, I'm going to tell two of my friends' Whoopsie Daisy stories. I told a story and my friends told these, because I sort of want to demo for you guys that you don't have to always tell your own. So this one friend is an after-school teacher of preschool age kids. And her classroom is like a veritable human body sound orchestra chamber. and one kid will ask her what, and another one will be talking, and everybody's talking, and she literally sometimes can't hear her own words coming out of her mouth. She's trying to address the children. So that day there's like this, excuse me, pardon me, help me tie my shoe, I need to go use the bathroom, going on all the time. But the Whoopsie Daisies come in, they sort of like, woo, the sound separates and she can make them out. And so this little boy was singing the song, did somebody break your heart? Did somebody break your heart? But he wasn't quite that clear. And this little girl, Sally, standing next to him, is sort of like the class monitor, is like, ma, he's singing a song. Bite somebody, break their heart. Bite somebody. So now he's singing, did somebody, she's singing, bite somebody. And then another little girl, Annie, walks up to her desk, and she's recently had the children draw self-portraits. I mean, how adorable is that? Kids drawing their own self-portraits. Sweet girl comes up, gives her self-portrait, and across the top it says, my F-bomb self, and a beautiful crayon drawing of her. And my friend is like, oh my, Whoopsie Daisy, how did this happen? This can't be right. And so she says to the little girl, so tell me what you have written across the top. And she says, my future self. My future self. Her spelling was a little off. So her friend's like, let me help you sound that out, help you rewrite this. As she's doing this, the symphony continues. Did somebody bite somebody, bite somebody? Help me tie my shoe. Gotta go to the bathroom. And she just laughs her way through it. I mean, that's enough adversity to get most people doing this. But she absolutely had a whoopsie daisy for it. That filter of humor and laughter was just fueled by each new instrument in her child symphony. Did somebody bite somebody, bite somebody? My future self. Oh, I just thought she could laugh all the way through that. Oh, that laughter getting my parasympathetic nervous system, my rest system going, the yawns going. And so then that set off a little popcorn over here to another friend who's a tutor. And she says, that word sneaks in places. You know, or is it that we as adults see it places where it's not meant to be? So, my friend who's a tutor says, I was on a Zoom call the other day, little boy, teaching him to add, how to add conjunctions and how to add ed to the end of a word and how to add suffixes and prefixes. And just teaching him a myriad of tools and tricks as a writer. And it's going well. And we're both feeling confident. And then I say, okay, I'm going to teach you the word infected. And I'd like you to do dictation and you write it down on the other end of your Zoom call. Little boy is, eager. Things are going well. And she says, okay, I'll do the first part. She says, infected. He scrunches up his face. She says, okay, I'll slow it down. Infected. He scrunches up his face some more and looks at his paper, but doesn't seem to be writing anything. She's like, okay. Infected. Finally, he kind of leans, hunches over, scribble. He says, okay, show me what you wrote. And he holds it up, and it says, in F-bomb. And she's just like, oh my. So she proceeds to help him translate, slow down, help him spell out without even addressing what he first wrote. But then she circles back to the mom, just to keep everybody in the loop, saying, oh, today Johnny was doing some creative spelling. And the mom says, oh my gosh, I think that's my fault. I think he overheard this conversation. It was between adults and lighthearted, but I shouldn't have been saying that. He must have overheard it. And she says, but you know what? I am so proud of him that he did not want to write that word or show that word to you until you made him. Friend's like, whoopsie daisy. But of course the mom is being lighthearted. Just still sincerely proud that her son at least knew he shouldn't write that word. Something was off. Whoopsie daisy. Oh my gosh, kids are awesome. Awesome source of whoopsie daisy stories. Maybe one of those stories help ping a memory in your brain of something you did as a kid or some whoopsie daisy story your children have had. I've certainly got a few. And then come on the microdosing line and let's share them. dose our brains with positive neurotransmitters, build these social skills, activate the oxytocin, kick the tires on the old hippocampus, the memory center, that retrieval of the stories, all doing magic microdosing skills in our brain by just telling a funny story. You've got this. You've got this. Let it percolate. And I look forward to doing more with you guys tomorrow morning. I will see you then. And may the universe surprise and delight you.